Let's go over section 2.3 when we are evaluating trigger function using calculator. So I am using TI-83, and the first thing you want to check is your mode. And if it has to be degree mode, so you go down to degree, say enter, and then second quit. Now we are in degree mode. So since these are the angle 34.36 is not one of those special angle, not multiples of 30 or 45 or 60 or 0 or 90 degree. In that case, you would just enter sine 34.36, and it's already in degree mode. It will take it as a degree. Now the question says round the result to the nearest thousands. That means you are getting a 3 decimal digit. So this number by calculator is approximately 0.564. The next one is cosecant. When it comes to cosecant, it is not one of those built-in functions. So you would enter using reciprocal identity as a 1 over sine 54.15 degree. So you would enter 1 divided by sine 54.15 degree. Then this will be your cosecant number, and to the nearest thousands, so it will be 1.234, since 7 is bigger than 5, rounded up, 1.234. Now cosine, next one is a cosine 52.16, and enter, and it's giving me 0.613, now rounded to the nearest thousands. And now here's a secant 14.32, so you would in that case 1 divided by cosine the angle, because by reciprocal identity secant is 1 over cosine 1432, and so I would enter this in your calculator, 1 divided by cosine 1 divided by cosine 14.32, and enter, and it's giving me 1.032 as an approximation. And of course next one is tangent. So tangent 78 degree, and so you would enter second apse, which is angle, and option 1 is a degree measure, and 37 minutes. So second apse, give you minute option as option 2, and so enter, and it's giving me 4.967 approximately. And now next one is cotangent 47 degree 23 minutes and 34 seconds. So you would enter 1 divided by tangent. I'm still using reciprocal identity. 47 degree 23 minutes and 34 seconds. So you would enter it as a 1 divided by tangent 47. 47 degree is the second app and option 1. And 23 minutes, so second app minute is option 2. And 34 second is a double quote, so it is on top of plus sign. So alpha plus sign give you double quote, which give you second, and enter, and that's approximately 0.90. Rounded up to, so rounded it, 9 becomes 0, it rounded to 920. So that's 9 rounded to the nearest thousands. Now these are the ones you would enter, how to enter the calculator. Now let's move on to following examples. Now it says, to the nearest hundredths, find the angle theta, for which sine theta is 2/3. Now, sine is positive in quadrant 2 and 1. So you would find the reference angle first. The reference angle, you can find the reference angle by theta, and there is a calculator option called the sine inverse, which finds the angle for you. What you're going to find is the reference angle. So enter in your calculator second sine, which is the sine inverse option, which you enter 2 divided by 3, and that will give you angle measure, which is reference angle, and we are going to not round it to the nearest hundredth of a degree, so it'll be 41.81 degree. Now that's reference angle, but sine is twice a positive, quadrant 1 and quadrant 2. So reference angle equals angle, but when you are in second quadrant, reference angle is here. The angle you are looking for is this angle measure, and that angle measure is 180. Take away the reference angle. 180, take away the reference angle. So you would have two different angles. So the first quadrant angle itself is the reference angle. So the reference angle is your first angle you can find. There's an angle measure. Next one is the second quadrant, which is 180. Take away the reference angle. So this angle measure right here, it's 180. Take away the reference angle. So 180, 180, and take away previous answer, second answer, and it gives me 41.81 degrees subtracted, and approximately 138.19 degrees. So these are the two angle measure. You find it as whose sine theta equals 2/3. Now let's look at next example. To the nearest hundredths of degree, find the angle B. Now secant B is not given in your calculator, so you want to find the cosine B first. Cosine B is by the reciprocal identity is 1 over secant B. So secant B is given to you as a 1.2879. Now the option called B, which give you cosine inverse function, which give you the angle measure B, 2879. So you go to second cosine and enter 1 divided by 1.2879. And this is going to give you the reference angle B. Reference angle B. And so the B is 39.06 degree. And now, of course, cosine is positive twice. The first quadrant, that's when B is equal to the reference angle. And positive again on fourth quadrant, which is 360. Take away the reference angle. Take away the reference angle. So we have two answers. The B itself is the reference angle in quadrant 1, 39.06 degree. And the second B is in quadrant 4, so 360, 100 minus 39.06, 39.06. So 360, take away the previous answer. Take away previous answer equals 320.94. And so these are two angles that's between 0 and 360, where the secant B is equal to 1.2879. So again, you find the cosine B first by reciprocal identity 1 over secant B, And then we substitute secant b by given value 1.2879. If you do the cosine inverse, the second cosine option, it will find you the angle B. Here angle B prime, the reference angle 39.06 as a reference angle. The B can be quadrant 1. If it's quadrant 1, B and the reference angle are the same. So 39.06 is one of the angle. The other one, cosine is positive again in fourth quadrant, which is 360. Take away the reference angle. So 360 minus 39.06. So there are two angles, quadrant 1 and quadrant 4, which is 360. Take away the reference angle, 320.94 degree. Now I have this last example where I gave you negative number, but the given value is cosecant. So again, you want to find the sine theta first. Sine theta is 1 over cosecant theta. And so I substitute cosecant theta by minus 3.7824. Now here, when you want to find the reference angle, you want to go with the sine absolute value of that given value. Absolute value means you can ignore the negative sign. So you would enter sine inverse of positive 1 divided by 3.7824. So second, sine inverse of 1 divided by positive 3.7824. And it's giving me the reference angle as 15.33. 15.33 degree. And that's a reference angle. Now we are looking for cosecant is negative, which means the sine is negative in quadrant 3 and 4. So the reference angle right here is a 15.33 degree. And reference angle right here is 15.33 degree. The angle you're looking for is 180 plus the reference angle. That's your first theta. The next one is, this one will be in quadrant 3, 180 plus the reference angle. So 195.33 degree in quadrant 3. And sine is negative again in quadrant 4. So this angle measure right here. This angle measure right here, which is 360, take away reference angle 15.33. So 360 take away previous answer equals, now this one is in the angle measure 344.67 degree. That's the angle theta in quadrant 4, and 190.33 is a theta angle measure that's in quadrant 3, and sine is negative in quadrant 3 and 4. So these two theta is the theta value that you're looking for, that is between 0 and 360 degree. I hope this explains some of the question you might have on section 2.3.